Hey gang, it's Boomer again, and today we're showing some of the components of our ladybug go bag. We have the little folding stove in the middle there, and it has, actually the stove is the part that looks like the uppercase H. The cooker itself is actually a small metal jar. And to start with the whole operation, the first time you use it, remove all the film. The film will be a blue or a green shade. If you don't remove it and fire this thing up, you have a lot of stink. So I suggest very strongly you take all of it off and dispose of it properly. Don't want to be a litter bug. Number two, you're going to go on ahead and fill the little cooker with the fuel, which is 100% wood alcohol. Do not drink this stuff. It will make you go blind, possibly kill you. You don't need a whole lot to get, if you're just warming something up. If you're trying to sterilize, you don't need a whole lot. If you're trying to bring something to a full boil, that's another story. A full container at room temperature will run about 12 minutes. It will bring a half liter of water to a full boil. To light it, you either use a cheap lighter or the striker. Excuse me. Striker is fairly easy. I suggest very strongly you practice with it. See, she got on the first go there. How you'll know that the flame is nearly invisible. So how you'll know is you'll either feel the heat, or if it's a low light situation, you'll actually be able to see it. We'll turn the lights out here, and you can barely see that little blue flame. Barely see the little blue flame there, and that's all the flame that it lets off. Okay, then you rack it up. You just put the cross members over on there. And then you fill up your cup. And again, half liter water bottles are the most common, so that's what we're using. The cup is a 20-ounce cup, by the way. And set it on there and let it run. Warm up your coffee, warm up your tea, whatever. If you're using it to sterilize the water, you'll need to run it about 7.5 minutes for a half liter. We'll get it to 150 degrees plus Fahrenheit. Rule of thumb also is to look at it, and when you see bubbles about 1/8 of an inch across coming to the top, it's at 150 plus degrees. Now this particular set does not play well with the wind. You have to keep it out of the wind. That's why we have the tarp in the ladybug go bag, so that you can, if you have to, tarp it up and make yourself a windbreak. It runs out of fuel in about 12 minutes. If you fill it up completely, it'll run out in about 12 minutes, and it will bring a full half liter there to a full rolling boil. Okay, and to extinguish, now this thing gets really hot, so you're going to need a rag of some sort, like our compressed towels there. Just take it off, like the nice lady has done there, and then remove the rack pieces. And she's throwing them in there to cool them down quickly. Obviously, you don't have to do that. And then take the lid and cover it completely. If you cover it partially, it'll still be burning. And let it sit like that for about 30 seconds. Now, the little wire bars there, if you don't throw them in whatever liquid you're heating up, will stay hot for several minutes. So just take that into consideration. And then what you'll want to do is replace the fluid after about 30 seconds on the lid there, so we make sure that its fire's not going to start back up. You can take the lid off. It's still going, so we need to... You got it?
I think it's on there.
Or can you feel it?
I can see the flame.
You can still see it still. Wow. Okay, now is it coming up around the cup, or... Okay, so you might have poured a little bit. The thing to remember on this too, guys, is that if it's if you spill it onto the bottom of the sides of the little cup, it's going to keep burning there as well. Now, is it burning in the cup, or is it burning the sides?
It's burning out the side, this side over here.
Yeah, you got to cover it completely.
It's out now.
You think it's out now? Can you feel the heat?
Still warm.
Okay,
I think
well
it's
just the residual heat. Yeah, just the cup. And see, so you've got to pay attention to what you're doing here, because if you don't pay attention, obviously this stuff burns at 1100 degrees Fahrenheit. You don't want it spilling on you, because There have been an instance, there was a guy that made the Grizzly Adams movies years ago. He had some sort of a flaming cocktail in his hand. Somebody bumped his elbow, it went onto his beard, and gave him third-degree burns on his face. So you want to pay attention to what you're doing. Just pay attention and you'll be fine. To go on ahead and empty it then, once it's cooled down to where you can handle it, simply retrieve your fuel and pour it back in the container. And we're going to be doing more videos as time goes on with my minions. I figured it was better for the ladies to actually do this since it is a ladies bag. All of you high-speed, low-drag, John Rambo type hardcore survivalists, these videos aren't for you, okay? So if you want to be hateful, please understand all hateful remarks will be deleted. This is just an instruction basic for somebody who never had to be in a survival situation, find themselves in a survival situation from time to time. And this little bag and some shelter is basically all that they have. If you've got any questions, feel free to put it on the video and we will respond as quickly as we can. Thank you so much for viewing.